Hey everybody, we're making slime today. Sarah here from Your Creative Junction, and this is one of our amazing slime kits. And you can pick one of these up here at our studio, or maybe you got this in one of your mystery boxes. And if you did, let's open it up and make this together. Moms and dads, this is easy peasy. We've done all the work, we've done all the testing, we've done all the measuring. So all the kiddos have to do is sit down and watch these instructions and make their own slime. Couple of things, you're gonna want a clear area around you to work on, a work surface. This slime is not gonna stick to anything once it's done, but we don't want paper towel, or we wanna watch what we have wearing. We want our hair tied up so that nothing can get into our slime while we are getting crafty. I'm gonna have to grab my special water. That is the only other thing you're gonna need from home is some water, tap water, just straight from the tap. And we'll get to that when we get there. So off comes the lid. If you are, keep the lid, because this is what we're gonna store our slime in once we're all done. If you're grabbing this as a kit off of our shelf, or you have grabbed it as a kit off of our shelf, there is complete written instructions in here as well, and that's where you would have found this video. So, popsicle stick for stirring. You don't need anything out of Mom's Kitchen. This is your glue base. It's clear glue, and you're gonna need it all. You've got some special add-ins, glitter, and this one has some fun smiley face add-ins. Those are super cute. Every kit is different and everyone is a surprise. You never know what you're getting. This one also has a little seahorse that we're gonna hide in our slime later. We'll put those aside. There are two more little containers. One that has a powdery substance, that is baking soda. And the other one has a liquid substance. It looks like water, but it's not. This is our activator, and we're gonna need that last. So let me grab my water and we're gonna make some slime. I just have mine in a pitcher, but if you're at home, it could be a plastic cup. You only need this much water, so you don't need a ton. So I'm gonna take the lid off of my glue, and I'm gonna pour it all into my container. I'm gonna let it all drip out, but I'm also gonna use my popsicle stick to help get every last bit of glue. Making slime is science, remember? So we have to be careful with our ingredients to make sure that we have every last drop into the container. Okay, so all of my glue is in there. I've scraped out every last little bit. See how much you can still get out? I'm just scraping around the edges and get all of that glue in. So now my glue is in my container, and my container, this container, is empty. So now I'm gonna fill this one with water. All the way to the top, because that's how much glue is in there. If you're doing a recipe and you wanted to make more slime than what this is, you would need equal parts of water and clear glue. And the next step is to stir that. Now, we're gonna stir slowly because we want all of our ingredients to stay inside of our bowl. We don't want them to be out on the table, but we have to make sure that we combine all of those ingredients. We can't have globs of glue and separate water. It all has to be combined. So take a second and stir to get everything combined. That's why I like these popsicle sticks. I can really feel the bottom and make sure that all of my glue is mixed in. That should be it. Perfect. So next up, I'm gonna use my baking soda. So I'm gonna take off the lid and I'm gonna pour it all in. It's gonna be clumpy, and that's okay. We're gonna mix it. Give it a little tap, get all of the little bits in, and now we're gonna mix. So see how it's glumpy and there's little lumps of baking soda? That's okay. We're gonna mix and get it all dissolved. It doesn't take very long, and we want it all dissolved into our glue and water mixture. If you've made slime before at home and it hasn't worked, maybe it was because you forgot the baking soda. The baking soda is a super important step, and it makes it so that your activator will work. So you have to make sure that you have done that step. Just takes a second to get all of those clumps worked out, and I like to use my popsicle stick and press those clumps into the bottom so I can like sort of break them up. Taking a second here to make sure they're all mixed in. So you can pause me at this point and go ahead and mix in your baking soda and get all of those clumps worked out so that there's none left in your bowl. All right, that does take a minute, but you got to get them all out. So once your all of your lumps of baking soda are mixed in, then you're ready for the next step. Now, if this kit came in your mystery box, you probably had something to paint this month. So you could go ahead and take some of the paint from your mystery box and put it into your slime to change its color. If you bought this as a kit from us here, it didn't come with paint, but you probably have paint at home. So you can go ahead and find mom and dad and ask them if you are allowed to put a squeeze of paint into your slime. I'm gonna grab a color just so that you can see how much paint you're gonna put in. It's not very much today because my bag of mystery mix-ins is blue. So I want you to be able to see it. So I'm just using, all right, a couple drops of this yellow paint. This is all you need, 1, 2, that's it, not very much. And we're gonna mix that all in. I love the color. It's amazing. So the nice part about using paint is that it's not going to stain your hands. It's not going to stain your clothes. If by chance you get it on furniture or anything like that, it's not going to stain. So it washes right off. So perfect. All right, so I like to add in my mix-ins right now. Because then I know that they're all perfectly mixed in and I can see it. And I just find that this way it's just a little bit less messy when it's still liquid and it's not slime. It gets mixed in nicely. So open up your bag of whatever your surprise is. Every container is different. Love this color. It's usually a mix of glitter and mix-ins, and you don't have to put them in there. Absolutely not. You can leave it out. Maybe you've got something else at home you'd like to put in your slime. You could do that too. So we get that all mixed throughout. That's lovely. And now it's time for the activator. So mom's and dad's activator is just saline solution. So if they get it on their skin or they happen to get it in their mouth, it's okay. It is just straight saline solution. This is the activator that we love and it works every single time. So it is what we use here. So you're gonna dump your whole container, take the lid off and dump the whole container into your slime dish. And now we have to start mixing. So slime doesn't just happen with activator, it happens with mixing. So you gotta mix carefully because we don't want the liquid to come out of our bowl, but you have to mix hard enough and fast enough that it actually becomes slime. Because remember, this is a science experiment and our slime comes together. Oh my goodness, it's coming. Using the force of stirring. So my camera is bouncing, but we're gonna stir, stir, stir. And we know that it's done when it comes off of the bowl. So there's never any question as to whether we've stirred our slime enough because it no longer sticks to the bowl. So see how it's still sticking to the bowl? More stirring is needed. Just keep mixing. Your arm may get tired. That's okay. Take a break or pass it off to mom and dad, whatever you need to do. But always come back and mix some more. Oh, look. See how mine is starting to lift off the sides? And it's all, oh, there it is. One big clump. And my bowl is clean. That's how I know my slime is ready for me to play with. So I like to stir mine a little bit more. And there is one more step that's needed. It's kind of hard to stir once it's all stuck to itself and is in the stick. So the last thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take it out of the bowl onto a table. Make sure that there's nothing around, no paper towel, no pieces of paper, nothing important. Your table is clear. And avoid a tablecloth. Plastic tablecloths make this really hard. So just a clean table is perfect. And what we're gonna do, the last step, is we're gonna start playing with it. And because it's still a little sticky. And that's just because that last step has to happen. We have to really squish it around with our hands and stretch it. Sometimes I say we're gonna slap it on the table, which is kind of fun. We just have to make sure that we're not, there isn't slime going flying in all sorts of directions, okay? To play with our slime responsibly. But you know that it's done when you can clean your own hands with it. So squish it as much as you like. It's still lovely and stretchy and slimy. It's so much fun. Even as adults, this is so much fun. And then you can start blowing bubbles with it and you can make it crack. If your kit had a mystery inside of it, sometimes there's animals, sometimes there's toys. You could put it in your slime and play with it too. It's lots and lots of fun. So that's it. Your slime is done. And that's how easy it was to make your own slime. This never gets old. So much fun. So, a couple of rules around slime. If your mums or dads bought you a slime kit, you have to be mindful of the rules. So, we always have to ask permission before we can use the slime. Otherwise, it stays in our container with the lid on. Okay? A nice tight lid will keep that slime safe and clean and it won't go moldy, so you don't have to worry about it. That's a sealed container. I always tell you, okay, so with the lid on your slime, it will last a very long time. A couple of things to remember. Wash your hands before you play with your slime. The germs on your hands get into your slime and that's what causes mold, so we don't want that to happen. Ask permission first. Don't just open your slime and go playing with it when mom and dad haven't given you permission to do so. That's how you get into trouble and slime gets taken away. Be very careful where you're playing with your slime. We don't want it on your clothes, in your hair, on the furniture, on the carpet, on your pets. Okay, so enjoy your slime responsibly. Have fun with it. Play with it whenever you need to, as long as you have permission, but do so responsibly, okay? Mums and dads, this slime has been designed for cleanup. So, couple things. The paint that we use, washable. So you don't have to worry about it staining hands. And if it does happen to get on carpet or clothes or furniture, you don't have to worry about it staining because we've used washable paint to turn it color. The other thing is our slime is easy cleanup with straight white vinegar. So just pour some vinegar on it and use a kitchen sponge and that will dissolve it and make it really easy to clean up. That way you don't have to worry about cutting hair or throwing out clothing. It is all washable. So get it all broken down with some white vinegar and then your clothes will be good as new. Just wash them as normal. All right. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoy crafting with me and creating with our kits. There are always new ones coming. And if you love to craft, you definitely need to be part of our mystery box club that you get a cool mystery box every single month filled with craft activities for you that you won't find on any of our shelves. Or come to our Tuesday night craft club or Thursday night sketchbook club. There are lots of things for kids to do here at the studio. So thanks for joining us and I hope you enjoyed this one and we'll see you again in the studio real soon. Take care. Bye. Have fun and stay crafty.